I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
US government wants to destroy Steam. Gabe Neville targeted for not bowing to progressive. So yes, we're aware about the stuff that's happening with Steam. I've been following it for a few days now. I just wanted to see what's gonna happen before we actually talk about it on stream.
What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and I'm annoyed as hell right now to have to announce that it looks as though elements of the United States government want to shut down and or over-regulate the PC gamer paradise that is.
I've been looking at this for a few days now, and I still do not understand this. Does US have such a problem with games that they would go to an extreme of banning Steam, the only important platform where you get games? That also means people would lose their accounts where people spend thousands of dollars. By this point, for a lot of people who especially started using Steam when they were like freaking 15 and like in their 20 something years, this is an investment by this point.
It really is.
This is like an entertainment investment they made for themselves. It's disrespectful towards people who invested so much money into their accounts, and them why not go after the people who you think is harmful? Why punish every single person? It's the same thing that's happening on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
Specific people mess up, but hey, let's punish every single person.
Steam.
Here I come to save the day.
A wise man once said that the scariest phrase in the English language is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help," which is precisely what we have going on here with Steam right now. These people are doing what they always do when they've identified someone who is supposedly a threat to their power. They are coordinating an attack in order to drum up opposition against the company.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Oh
Apparently, according to the ADL, Steam has committed the...
I think majority of kids are gonna be on Epic.
I agree with that too.
There's Fortnite, there is almost, bi-weekly free games.
The unforgivable crime of, let me check my notes here, having some people on the platform say things that oversensitive shitheads construe as hate speech.
Okay, it says, Steam is an unsafe place for teens and young adults. U.S. Senator warns Gabe of more intense scrutiny from the government if Valve doesn't take action against streamers' content. So, again, your tax money is being used to take away the money you spent on games.
That's crazy.
So, they're weaponizing your money against your money. Love it. Love that for you guys.
Hate speech? Oh shit. There goes the planet.
So now, the Anti-Defamation League,
Crazy.
whose name is oxymoronic, emphasis on the moronic part, but the name is an oxymoron because these people seem to be the kings of defaming anyone who doesn't fall in line perfectly with their political agenda. So apparently, they wrote up a report just a week ago or so that says that Steam permits stuff that falls under the nebulous term hate on their platform. And now Steam is in the crosshairs. To be clear, I don't think these jackasses will be able to do much more than fearmonger and attempt to drum up a moral panic, especially considering they are losing much of their political power in just a couple short months, but it goes to show just what they want to do.
I only know like this fear-mongering is gonna work on specific people. Not a certain amount of people, specific people.
Yeah, certain demographics.
And also, I will use this to bring up what I saw yesterday.
Yep.
Make out of it what you will.
These people are evil, vile stooges of the divisive political ideology of the screeching harpy feminists.
Whom do you serve?
Wokeness.
getting these?
But alright, let's see what we got going on here with elements of the government, specifically a nincompoop of a United States senator vowing to step in and go after Steam moving forward. The thing is, these
Honestly, it's a good thing he's showing Stellar Blade, because I guarantee you the kind of people who actually think that's what's happening on Steam also think Stellar Blade is not a game.
These people are power-hungry scumbags that want every online place to conform to their worldview, to push people into a place where they will vote for them. And if they encounter something that isn't literally 100% on their side, they will smear them, attack them with lawfare, and attempt to hollow out that platform and recreate it in their image. That is what happened to the gaming industry at large, keep in mind. They chased out a large chunk of the competent people who worked in game studios and in the gaming access media, and those people were replaced with others who were very happy to push forth a progressive ideological agenda. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that there's some grand conspiracy or anything like that. I don't think it was planned. I think these people just naturally behave like locusts. They are brainwashed fools who swarm various spaces until they control them. And then
My problem isn't even with this. No one's denying the fact that there are some bad actors everywhere.
Yeah.
Why is everyone being punished for specific bad actors? This is the part I honestly refuse to even try to understand.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Like you're punishing the group that had nothing to do with the single individual.
they use those spaces up until all of the resources are consumed. The worst insult is that when these spaces have taken over, when those spaces inevitably fail, they turn toward everyone else and complain that it's our fault that they don't have any more money. And so the best thing you can do is mock and laugh at these jackanapes. They wilt in the face of mass mockery. They demand to be taken super serial, which is why memes have worked so well against them. But let's read about what these idiots are attempting with regards to Steam. We're going to read the absolutely biased so-called journalism in this article from The Verge. The link for the article is not in the description because I have no desire to send traffic their way. But
Completely understandable.
Understandable.
I will not be including the link there either.
Yep.
For people who were asking which senator, Senator Mark Warner.
as we read this, keep in mind that this is one of the outlets who has a spot on the Game Awards jury. These
Yeah, just pausing for everyone to be able to see. IGN, In Reverse, LA Times, PC Gamer, Polygon, Variety, Pride.
I don't know, like the majority of these besides what you just said.
These are the people who want to try to dictate to us what gamers like. But right away, if you look at the headline, they're already trying to poison the well against.
So, to me, this sounds like, okay, they're trying to dictate what the average gamer likes and wants to play.
Yep.
And at the same time, since that didn't work with the kind of games they tried to push onto the casual and normal gamers, now they're like, you know what, you didn't listen to us, now we're gonna take away your games.
Steam saying, Senator to Valve, what's with all the 1930s Germans on Steam? U.S. Senator Mark Warner has sent a letter to Valve CEO Gabe Newell asking if the company intends to take measures to curtail extremist content on Steam. And let me give you a real quick translation here. What they're saying is, this is a largely male-dominated space, and males did not vote the way we wanted them to in the last election, so we'd like to punish them and remove one of their favorite spaces. We've already nuked movies and comic books and large swaths of the video game industry. Now we want to take this away too. But reading on, it says, the letter references a report by the Anti-Defamation League that identified a large number of user accounts and user-created groups that glorified anti-Semitic.
If it's such a large number of accounts, why are they not providing the information how many accounts it is?
Yeah, they need to provide actual numbers here, especially since I feel like Steam will give those numbers up.
1930s Germans, white supremacist, gender and sexuality-based hate, and other extremist ideologies on the PC gaming platform.
So go after those people. Why are you going after every single person in US? Well, they tried to do the same thing with Twitter, right?
The letter features a high-level view of the kind of hateful content the ADL found on Steam. That includes 40,000 groups with names that include hateful words, with the most prominent being 1488, I don't even know what that word is, and white power. Warner's letter highlights how the apparent preponderance of hateful content on Steam is in violation of the platform's own online conduct policy, which prohibits encouraging real-world violence and posting or uploading illegal or inappropriate content. And let me say that.
Okay, well, why do you not go after specific people who put out blank, offered a bounty on other content creators? Why are you not doing that?
This. If someone has a username that you don't like, but it isn't a direct call to violence, then it isn't illegal. Period. You can argue it's inappropriate, of course, but you could argue that anything is inappropriate. Literally anything. I could argue, for example, that Baldur's Gate 3 is inappropriate because I don't like bestiality. I could argue that Dragon Age the Veilguard is inappropriate because I don't like the character designs.
Could argue going to the grocery store in US is inappropriate because I literally saw a woman slap another woman just because.
You could argue that anything you want is inappropriate, but that's the problem with talking about things that might or might not be inappropriate. That's the problem with the nebulous term hate speech. Who gets to determine what is and is not hate? If these people had their way, to be clear, we wouldn't be able to disagree with them on anything that they say. But the article goes on. It says, it is reasonable to question how committed Valve is to effectively implement and enforce Valve's own self-created conduct policy for its users, the letter reads. Content moderation has long been an issue for Steam. Valve only implemented moderation of its video game discussion boards in 2018 after previously leaving the responsibility to the developers themselves. Warner's letter is the third sent by Congress to Valve over the last 3 years, asking the company to answer for the extremist content that has proliferated on Steam. So far, Valve has not publicly responded to these letters, and though Warner's letter threatens Valve with more intense scrutiny from the federal government if it fails to take meaningful action against hate content, First Amendment protections prevent the government from punishing companies for hosting legal, albeit hateful, speech.
I don't see other people from the government speaking up about it. I think it's just this specific Mark Karen who has his panties in a bunch. Probably lost the game.
Honestly, true.
He probably lost the game, and you know, he's having a bad day.
He went 0-24 in CS2.
Yeah, he went 0-24 on Dust 2. A kid teabagged him, and he's like, this is a very toxic, inappropriate environment.
And thank
Yep.
goodness for that. But see how these absolute partisan hacks in the media frame this shit. They declare that what is happening on Steam is de facto hate speech. They just say that's the case. They assert it, and we're all supposed to nod along and go along with it no matter what. Fortunately, Gabe Newell's best path forward is to do what he's been doing, which is to ignore these idiots. They will lose much of their power in a couple months. That being said, that isn't the case in other countries, and news is just breaking that over in Germany, the Steam store is essentially being forced to block games that don't have an age rating, which will cut into the company's profits for sure. So
this is a little bit different.
This is definitely different. That's different.
Age rating is absolutely different, considering how many pricey games Steam has these days. Age rating is fine. I don't think it's over the top.
does look like this targeted campaign against them is going across international lines. So we're going to want to keep an eye on all this. But fortunately, here in the US at least, the moral crusade they're trying to stir up against video games, like the hyper-religious folks did with D&D back in the 80s, fortunately, that's likely to fall apart here. But I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh my god, yes, this also reminds me of, like, there are specific people, religious people, who went after D&D in US because it's, you know, cultic. Then there was an incident, the whole, you know, moms versus metal.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's a badge of honor having that sticker on your album. Just a few years ago, US had the whole movement of burning books.
Drop your mockery of these turds into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me,
Good
Hardy.
video.
Yeah, that was a good video. Obviously, don't drop your mockery. We don't care about what you think. I'm joking. I do want to know and continue the discussion of, this is genuinely just unfair towards the consumer. Mark, just stop. Just take a breather. Go relax. Watch your favorite movie. Pet your pet if you have a pet. Just relax. It's not that serious. You want to punish someone, punish specifically the people who done something. Don't go after everyone within the masses.